welcome back to my channel and welcome to my 2-week postpartum update, right? We talked about you and now we're going to talk about me. How does that sound? Pretty good? He's been so good this morning. He let me get ready and then he let me set up my camera. So good. Anyway, hi guys. Feel a lot better this week. A lot better. I feel like my first week was so brutal. And I know that so much of that had to do with just recouping from the stitches and just the whole like birth still being so new and him being so new. It was really hard, but I feel like in the second week things definitely got better. So if you are a new mom, if you're in that first week, or if you're an expectant mom, just know it gets better. And so many people have said that to me. Especially people who now have like 1-year-olds or 3-year-olds, like my cousins and my best friend, and they keep saying like it gets better, especially since I've been like so sleep deprived and have been telling everyone like I'm so tired. They're like, don't worry, it gets better. And it's so hard to believe that when you're in it, but even just getting past the first week, I can say like it gets better. So anyway, let's talk about my stitches. They definitely started feeling better. Like I mentioned in my 1-week postpartum update, they started feeling better toward the end of that first week. And then the second week has been so much better. I feel like they're really healing. I can sit up and I can sit without it being painful. I can go to the bathroom without it being painful. And I just feel like my body is really healing itself. And I again, like I still know that I have definitely a good chunk of time before things are just normal down there, but I do feel like things are healing and going in the right direction, which is positive, because when it comes to a 4th degree tear, which is what I had, when it comes to an episiotomy and the recovery, a lot of things can go wrong, right? Like you can get infections, your stitches could burst, etc. And knock on wood, none of that has happened to me just yet, and I do feel really good. I do have a check-in with my doctor tomorrow. She wanted me to come in about 2 to 3 weeks, 2 weeks today, so it'll be on the earlier side of things, but she wanted me to come in just so she could check my stitches, so that'll be good. I'll make sure, you know, tomorrow that everything is fine, but I feel like everything's pretty good in that department. I'm still sort of using all of the sort of remedies that I had mentioned in my last video, but I've started like weaning off of some of them. I'm not taking Tylenol quite as frequently. Maybe I'll take 2 Tylenol a day, if that, but to be honest, I just don't feel like I need it as much. I pretty well just take it now if I have a headache from not sleeping, from being exhausted. And I'm still taking my prenatal vitamins. I'm still taking my iron. I am still taking the stool softener, not sampler, so gross. I'm still taking the stool softener twice a day. I'm still taking my placenta pills, and yeah, those are all like the supplements that I'm still taking. I have I backed off using the Dermoplast. I think I mentioned in my last video I've been using Dermoplast, which is like a hospital grade numbing pain relief spray that you can spray down there and spray on your pads to just take some of, you know, take the edge off and to soothe that whole area. And I was using it religiously. I went through like 3 bottles of it the first week, and then this week I've tapered my use down and just haven't been using it quite as frequently. I just felt like I hadn't really needed it, and I haven't been making padsicles really this past week, to be honest, again just because I felt like I didn't really need it. If I needed any relief, I just used the Tux pad, because the Tux pads are 50%, I believe, witch hazel, soaked in witch hazel. So I've used those as substitutes just because, guys, again, like when you have a newborn, it's so hard to get anything done. And especially on the days where like Jeff's not here and I don't have the help, then it's impossible, right? Like I can't, like I'll just forego that level of comfort and be fine. And yeah, so I'll use the Tux pads if I need. And then I'm still obviously like using pads, still wearing the mesh underwear from the hospital that they gave me. They gave me so many pairs, and so I'm still using those. And then, I mentioned in my 2-week baby update video something gross that had happened to me that I was going to mention in this video, and let me tell you. So they tell you when you're leaving the hospital that like if you pass a blood clot, totally normal, but if you like start bleeding profusely and are passing like a lot of blood clots, then you could be hemorrhaging and like to call 911 and go back to the hospital. So I was totally fine. Like, I've been fine, right? Went to the bathroom, like maybe it was 4 days ago, 3 or 4 days ago. I went to the bathroom and I peed, totally normal. And then when I was done, I was like, something feels weird. Like it feels like something's still up there. And it felt almost like, not a tampon, but it felt like that sensation of like, you know, there's something in you and like it's trying to come out. So I was like, oh, that's bizarre. Oh, I want to like vomit even just thinking about this. So I took some toilet paper and I like was like, oh, this is it. This happened in like 0.2 seconds too. Like somehow I remember my train of thought, but like this all happened so fast. All of a sudden, a golf ball size clot came out, and it was the grossest thing I think I have ever seen or touched in my entire life. Like, it came into my hand and I screamed and I just like threw it in the toilet, and thankfully it like sunk to the bottom. I didn't have to see it, but it was the grossest thing ever, like beyond the grossest thing ever. And luckily, like, I don't know, I didn't freak out or anything, like, because it didn't happen again. It hasn't happened since. Like, I haven't had profuse bleeding. Like, everything's been fine and normal. But that was just so disgusting. It was so gross. Anyway, just wanted to share that. You know, as you do. And then, let's talk about breastfeeding. So, I mentioned in my last video, my right nipple was cracked. That's healed itself, which has been nice. And he started, like, I'm still using the nipple shield, the Medela nipple shield, because I have flat nipples and like it just makes life so much easier. I'm finding like a little bit, not of an issue, but like he'll breastfeed off my right boob. He won't breastfeed off my left boob without the nipple shield. And again, it's because my nipples are so flat. But I think also now he's sort of like, even without the nipple shield on the right side, he's sort of like, I don't really want to work for it. Like, I don't want to like have to like do this whole process of like coaxing the nipple out. Like, just put the nipple shield on and like, let's be done with it sort of thing. And I sort of have that attitude too. So like the both of us, we just like the shortcuts. And I know that like I'm supposed to like wean him and wean myself off the nipple shield so that like eventually we don't need them. And like, I know life would be so much easier if I didn't have to like constantly be looking for these translucent nipple shields all over the place. But at the same time, they make life so easy. They make breastfeeding so easy. I wish I could just get them like transplanted, like, and put on my boobs permanently, because I totally would. But yeah, that's sort of where we are with breastfeeding. It's going really well. He's eating really well. We're just still using the nipple shields, and like I'm just not entirely sure when we'll stop using them. But we'll see. My left boob is so funny. It lets milk out so fast. And so there are times where he's breastfeeding on the left side where I really have to watch him, because all of a sudden he'll like be gulping and gulping and gulping, and then he'll start choking on the milk. And so I have to take him off and like, you know, wipe his mouth and pat him on the back a little bit. And I think it's just like, I think my letdown on my left side is just so much faster and so much quicker, and it's so hard for him to keep up sometimes. But yeah, milk supply is good. Breastfeeding is fine. And then let's talk about sleep deprivation a little bit, because that is real life with a newborn. So sleeping has been really, really, really sparse. Really sparse. I mean, he's 14 days old. So I probably haven't slept in like 15 days. The night before he came, I barely slept. So yeah, it's been hard. The sleep deprivation, I think, has been the hardest part. But it is what it is. Like, at the end of the day, it is what it is. I'll get through it. We'll all be fine. Jeff, my husband, has been so incredibly helpful. When I need him, he wakes up. And what we've been trying to do these past few nights is sort of take it in shifts. So he'll go to bed first. Jeff will go to bed first. I'll stay up with the baby until like, 1 a.m. or something. And then we'll switch. And it's not that he's awake, but the fun thing is, like, he doesn't really like sleeping on his back. And he doesn't like sleeping in his bassinet, which has been a bit of a challenge to figure out. So one of us kind of feels like we need to be awake with him just to make sure that he's okay and that, he's sleeping. And he's also in that stage where he's a little bit clingy. I didn't mention this in his 2-week update. Mentioning it now. He's a little bit clingy. And he likes to be held all the time. He likes to be close all the time. And so it's hard to like put him down, because he'll wake up in like a second. So that's been challenging, obviously, in terms of sleep, because you can't sleep and like hold him at the same time. Do you know what I mean? So anyway, it'll get better though. And again, Jeff's been so great. And then, you know, family has been so great in terms of taking care of him. Speaking of family, my in-laws are coming tomorrow. Well, they're coming today, but they'll be here tomorrow, which is exciting. And so they'll be able to help out a bit, which is nice. And yeah, I feel like that's everything for 2 weeks in regards to me. Yeah, oh, I wanted to mention, okay, so last few things. My weight and then some like cravings. So anyway, my appetite has definitely returned back to normal. You know, throughout my pregnancy, especially toward the end, I felt like a ravenous beast in terms of how much I could eat, how much I felt like I had to eat. I had to be eating like all the time. Appetite is finally returned to normal. I feel like so normal in terms of like how much I need to eat, when I need to eat. Feels great. The only thing that like I feel like I crave a lot is cranberry juice. I don't know. That's probably just me like loving cranberry juice. I've always loved cranberry juice, but I tend to like have a glass a day. It's just so delicious. I really like it. And then I weighed myself today. I am 147 pounds. So I think last week I was 150. So I've lost 3 pounds this past week, which is obviously a lot more normal than losing 28 pounds. That's how much I lost my first week. But yeah, I'm not concerned. Really, that puts me about 20 pounds away from like my normal weight. I'm normally like anywhere from 122 to 128, you know? So that puts me about 20 pounds away from that, which is pretty great, being that like I've literally done nothing these past 2 weeks. I've just been in bed with him all day. So I imagine that like once spring comes and it's warmer out and we can go for walks and stuff, like it'll be fine. Like it'll be no time before I'm back to my like pre-baby weight or whatever. And yeah, I will show you a belly shot. And guys, this is my 2-week belly. So I still have the linea negra, as you can see, that dark line. I don't think that's going to go away anytime soon, which is fine. From this side. And yeah, I feel like for 2 weeks it's pretty good. And that's everything, guys. So thank you so much for watching. I'll be back in a month to talk about, you know, recovery and how it's been going in 2 weeks. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. As always, don't forget to subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, and I will talk to y'all really soon. Bye, guys.